closing arguments taking place this morning in the Schoharie Limo crash trial. Both the prosecution and the defense making their final points to the jury before this case gets into the hands of the jury. News 10 ABC's Schoharie Eagle was in the courtroom. She is live now with the latest from the Schoharie County Courthouse. So have they wrapped up closing arguments at this point, Skylar?
Not quite yet, Christina. Special District Attorney Fred Wrench is still making his closing arguments to the jury right now, both sides echoing similar points to what we heard during opening statements and from the 24 witnesses who testified in this trial. Defense attorney Lee Kinlan attempting to hammer home something he said throughout the entirety of the trial here, that Mavis is the real party at fault. He called the former manager of that Saratoga Springs location, Virgil Park, a self-serving criminal. He says Naaman Hussein could not have known Mavis lied about the work done on the limo, or that he could have foreseen the accident that caused the deaths of 20 people. Kinlan used a PowerPoint to compare pictures from Brian Chase's report on the crash to the Mavis invoice to show parts that were not replaced. And that report concluded the cause of the crash was catastrophic brake failure from a lack of proper inspection, maintenance, and repair on the limo. Those are words we heard a lot throughout his closing arguments. Kinlan says that failure lies on Mavis and not on Hussein, who was led to believe that work and the proper inspection had been done. And Special District Attorney Fred Wrench, in his closing arguments, countered Kinlan's argument, saying Mavis's actions do not excuse Hussein from following DOT regulations. He says Hussein chose to participate in a highly regulated industry and pointed to the number of times that Chad Smith, a DOT investigator, attempted to help Hussein comply with DOT commercial vehicle regulations in the months leading up to that crash in 2018. Wrench walked the jury through different pieces of evidence in the case that prove Hussein was operating a transportation for hire business without DOT authority. And again, Wrench's closing argument still going on right at this moment. Something to keep in mind, though, as we get closer to jury deliberations. Hussein is charged with 20 counts of manslaughter and 20 counts of criminally negligent homicide. But according to the judge, he said this a lot throughout the entire trial, Hussein can be found not guilty of both or guilty of only one or the other. But just a matter of hours now until this case is in the hands of the jury. For now, reporting live in Schoharie, Schoharie Eagle News 10 ABC.
Watching it all very closely. We appreciate it so much. Thank you, Skylar.